My name is Mamadee. Today we are extremely privileged to have with us Liberia's Nobel Laureate Leymah Gbowee. This is her first time on this news network. It's a pleasure to have her this time around. Thank you very much, Leymah, for stopping by. Good morning.
Morning, Mamadee.
How do you feel this morning, my laureate?
I feel fine. I'm happy. I'm blessed to be alive this 2016. And still going strong.
And how's it been? You're starting on a good note with the year. Now you've been named as one of 16 persons by the UN Secretary General for the new Millennium Development Goals. And now how is the experience starting the year with you?
Well, the year started very fine. You can't complain. Work started. I'm in Monrovia working with the foundation. And so it's been good. This appointment is like it was a shock when I got the call first, and the information was embargoed, so I could not share with a lot of people until they went public with it. And then I kept thinking, me on that panel, because I never get used to the fact that I came from a very humble background and all of these things happening. The only thing I can say is the doing of God, not me. It has nothing to do with my intellectual ability, because there are many people, including in Liberia, who could have been chosen. So I think this is a good year. My pastor say in Ghana, this is the year of good news. So I've gotten my first good news.
Started on a good note.
Yes.
All right, we'll talk more about the newest summit, the new global summit. But let's concentrate on your beloved child, which is the Gbowee Peace Foundation. How is it going now? I've not heard from the foundation for some time now.
Well, we're going strong, Mamadee. When we're entering into our 4th year of existence. And when we started in 2012, we started with 7 students. And they were only based in Liberia, 7 Liberian students. Today we have 67 students in 6 countries around the world.
Wow.
So we had a mandate to do 100 in 5 years, but I think we're going to exceed the 100 thing, because we've graduated about 10 since we started. This year, last year, 2015, we had 4 university graduates, one from Cottonton, 2 from Stella Marie's Mother Patern, and 1 from UMU. And then we had 1 high school graduate from Konola Academy. This year, that 1 high school, because the way we do the foundation on our African Girls Leadership Initiative, once you start in high school with us and you finish high school, we continue with you in college. So there's not an end for the high school student. Yes, it's continuous. So there's 1 student now has decided she wants to go to Don Bosco Polytechnic. So she's going to be enrolled in there to start her program. The foundation, I would say I'm very happy. I'm satisfied with the level of our growth, but I'm not content. We want to do greater things. We want to do bigger things. This year we've embarked on building our own office. So we having a.
It is a complex though.
Yes, it
More
is.
than just an office.
The first phase is the administrative part of the complex. We're starting with that, and we're giving ourselves about 6 to 8 months to finish that complex. That part of it, and then we'll move on to another part. Because if you remember, just before the Ebola, we launched the Technical Institute for Girls. The idea is to start a all-girls technical high school. Yes, our opening date we're hoping is 2018 September. We'll have our first class of 9th grade, and then we'll move to 10th grade, 11th grade. The reason for that is we want girls to go to school, and if they finish high school and don't have the possibility of going to university, they have skills. We will definitely not be seeing baking and soap making, those kind of things. So we're in the process of reviewing the market in Liberia to see those technical areas that will be marketable in a few years that we can do. We're in conversation with the African Leadership Academy in South Africa, where we're supposed to send 1 staff member to be there for a year to learn curriculum development, so that we can develop the curriculum. Of course, we want to focus on entrepreneurship as part of the program the girls will be doing. So we have a lot of dreams that we're hoping we can.
So how are you managing it? How are you running the center, the foundation?
Well, we have a full-time executive director who runs the foundation. I'm founder and president. I come in, help them to vision the program, do a lot of the footwork around fundraising from individual philanthropists, but that's about it because I have a full life.
Okay.
I'm still at Columbia. This year, last year, I transitioned to the Union Theological Seminary in Columbia. Okay. So my official title there is Distinguished Activist in Residence.
Okay.
I came from Barnard.
Oh, we see you going to the pulpit?
No.
You want to go preach now?
Union has a unique history as a theological seminary that caters to Jewish, Muslim, Christians, and they have a huge focus on social justice. Okay. So as part of my life work as an activist, I'm there just to share some practical examples.
And lecturing, but not like learning though.
No. I'm there as a distinguished activist in residence. So I'm teaching when I have the time. That's the beauty of being at Union, because I'm not tied to anything. This semester is the only semester I'm teaching a full class. Okay. So I have a first class in a few days, so I have to go and do my class.
You give me a picture of your day, one day in Leymah's life. You're here, you're there, lecturing, having interviews, flying 24 hours. It must be really, really difficult for you.
Well, my day starts at 3 a.m.
That early?
Yes. If I survive on 3 hours of sleep, that's enough for me.
Wow.
Yes. I always say, remember something I read once. They say, why do you want to sleep all night like a goat that is about to be slaughtered?
The next morning.
Yes. I know that it's not healthy. Eventually, I'm going to pay the price for it. And I think I'm paying some of the price with the weight gain, all of the different things. But 3 hours is enough for me, because once I have a lot of things on my mind, I don't function. So I wake up, I do my prayers, and then I start to research. Okay. It's a bad habit, but it's a good habit. The first thing I do is to go online and read every news about Liberia, regardless of where I find myself. So I do that. Once I'm done, I tackle the emails. So the reason for the 3 a.m., if I'm in New York, is 8, depending on the time. Then I'm already in touch with the office here. If there are things to answer to, I'm answering. And I'm in touch with my assistant, one of my assistants based in Ghana, to see what I need to do there. And then when it's by 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning, I have to get up and get a 6-year-old ready for school. Okay. Once she's off,
play the mother role.
Yes. Once she's off to school, then if I have to go to do any work in New York, I go to do that. But my day, and usually I guide it well, because once people know I'm in New York, I'm pulled to go to this meeting and that meeting, to talk to this school and to talk to that person. So we try to guide my time when I'm in New York, yes, to do a lot of things. So that's the time I'm not traveling. When I'm traveling, I'm on the go. So for example, on the 4th of January, I was on a flight to India. I landed in India. I had a day to rest. And the next day I had an event with NDTV, and that was like 7 hours live interview back to back on different panels, because that was the first thing. After that event, I flew from India to Accra to Monrovia. And since I've been here, my morning is like wake up, drive to town, sit in my office, deal with all of the problems that Liberia have to offer me, whether it's office related or family related. So it's a tough time, but in my life, I try to also make time for children, husband. So December is a no-go area. Okay, I tend not to take any invitations to go anywhere, to do any speaking, because that's when I am officially cook and mama and everything to everybody. But in between that time, it's a lot to do globally. So
yes, some of the international engagement, they come with some prize or some rewards from some time apart from.
Of course, some of the speaking comes with.
I know you don't want to be asking me how much you.
No.
How far is your account?
Well, definitely.
Someone told me to get a laureate at a program that should be more than 100,000.
That's not true. That's too much money for But
no, because it's rare. You're not many in the world who are that standard.
It's true.
So to get you, for example, you were in New Delhi just 3 weeks ago. That must be some heavy fat cash now.
Mamadee, we're not even going there.
Okay, no problem. Let me know.
So, but one of the things that I would say to you is that beyond the Nobel, I do get some awards, other awards, and sometimes if they come with cash, like in July, I'm supposed to get an award for community service, and it comes with cash, and we've asked them to give the cash to the foundation, and not to come to me as a person. So most times when we have those kinds of situations, we pass the money on to the foundation, because it's important for us to keep it running and keep it going. Beyond that, Mamadee, I love my work. I tell people every time I have these meltdowns when they call and say one of the students graduating, and you know their story.
Yeah, of course.
Where they came from before we have to review all of the things before granting them the scholarship. And you see someone graduating with a 3-point GPA or graduating from high school as the first in their family to ever finish high school or to ever go to college, you know. One of my moments was my student who graduated from Konola saying to me, Madam Gbowee, if you don't do anything, I want to see you in the front row when I graduate from high school. But just looking at this girl and knowing her story, I could not help but cry. You know, so it's true, money is good.
Yes.
But one of my friends have taught me that treat money like a river.
Let it flow.
Let it flow to other people, because that's when it makes impact. If you keep it to yourself, you may enjoy your life, but you may not necessarily be happy.
And one of my Nigerian friends say, if you keep giving money, how you get rich?
They got some very
just
rich.
The fun for it.
I know, but they got some very rich people who are very unhappy.
Yeah.
And they have some people who do not have a lot of money in their bank account, but they are content, very content and very happy.
That's fair.
And I'm hopeful that I told a group of millionaire once that I may not die a rich person, but I would die a very happy woman.
Yeah, and then we see that from their face every day. They smiled endless, you know, their passion.
And then they're looking young. Yeah.
They're looking old. Now you were in New Delhi. I watched the video. That you told a story of diversity, having some link as somebody brought up in a community, the Muslim background, traditional people, and that story was really appealing. And you talk about how we shouldn't allow religion to divide us. And I know you are in touch with Liberia, always following the news. There is this talk about Christianizing, religiousizing Liberia. What is your take on it? What do you think? If that's not a hard question you want to keep.
It's not. I never shy away from controversy.
Okay, very good.
I mean, or else I would be in
So I just thought to ask you that question. Because when I was listening to that video, I said, wow, I wish Leymah would have taken time to go across Liberia to talk about this diversity and how good it is.
I think anybody who would sit in Liberia in this day, in the 21st century, to even begin to think that we can make Liberia a Christian nation, that person has lost part of their senses. And I'm saying it emphatically.
That's a strong one, though.
Yes, you've lost part of your senses. Because if you look at Liberia today and look at, let me give my own story. I have cousins who are Muslim.
Yeah, you told me that.
I have relatives who pray differently than I pray.
Traditional prayer.
Yes, and all of the different things. So should we put them aside? I don't think turning Liberia into a Christian nation will make Liberia a moral country.
Okay.
I don't think turning Liberia into a Christian nation will make Liberia more peaceful. I don't think turning Liberia into a Christian nation will make Liberia more rich or richer. I don't think turning Liberia into a Christian nation will cut down the level of inequality and corruption and the abuse of power that we see. I don't think making Liberia a Christian nation will make things better for somebody who cannot find one meal a day. Let the Christians come and show us how they've conducted themselves, how they've conducted this nation, that we can now say we'll do a constitutional change. I love God, I love Jesus. But what I have learned is that being a Christian or being a Muslim is a relationship between you and that person that is higher than.
Okay.
It's not coming out there and trying to make things messy for everybody. We cannot afford to Christianize Liberia. No nation can afford to either Christianize or make the nation Islamic at this point in time when it has not been enshrined in the constitution. Liberia is not a Christian state, it's a secular nation.
Historically, they said it used to be.
Yeah, so the people came funded on Christian principles. What were the principles? One man marrying one woman in the city and having 10 in the village and having all the illegitimate children.
What are you talking about?
The immorality, Mamadee. And I know you will use plenty of it for your sound bite, so let me just give you enough so the people can remember me for it. But the point that I make is, how many people sit in government today, go to church, sit in parliament, go to church, sit in the House of Representatives, go to church, and what do they do for the ordinary people? Zilch, nothing. It's all about enriching themselves. So why do we want to go there? To be a Christian nation, we must show what we've done with Christendom in this country. And as a Christian woman, we still have a long way to go.
Wonderful. I think that point you have adequately articulated. I rightly said. I had a lot of soundbite on that one. There is also this allegation about you and the women you started the revolution with. The women you started the struggle with. I understand. You used to be among the white t-shirt women. They said you lost touch, so you're not in touch with them anymore. You are the big woman out on top of the world. And you've forgotten about the woman that stood by you all through 2003, 2004. Do you have any comment to that?
Mamadee, I think I've made a lot of comments to that, and I hope you could, especially for those who run Witnet, if one of them was sitting in here. How do I keep in touch from New York?
Communication. Take the phone, talk to them, you know.
But none of them will tell you that does not happen.
Okay.
Those who come to my office and say their children need scholarship will tell you that we have some of them on scholarship. There is never an event that they will come to me and say we need contribution for that I do not contribute to. As a matter of fact, when the Nobel women came in 2012, we took them to some of the women in Bond County in that area.
Okay.
And after their visit, there was a whole chunk of change that was sent to that group to help them with loan.
Okay.
So when people talk,
but sometimes it doesn't come to the public knowledge. This is why they still have that perception.
Yeah, but Mamadee, I'm not the kind of person who will stand on top of the tower to tell people what I do.
No, never. Now your story must be told.
My story will be told, but my story
of intervention,
my story of philanthropy, especially philanthropy of those that I work with, is not for the media. And I believe that people should live by their conscience.
Yes, I
if
agree.
we have interacted in a way that you know that at some point in time, the other day you called me, you said, Leymah, when so and so thing was happening, okay, at least you call me.
Don't talk on the radio.
No, I was talking on the radio, but
that's between you and I.
No, but Mamadee, the point that I make is people have to be able, and that's a problem we have in this country. We can conveniently be friends with people when we want to be friends with them.
I agree.
And we'll conveniently be their enemy when we want something from someone else. Somebody got to change that. I thought I would call the Leymah, so the old woman, dad died, which was 2014. He died in Ghana in August. We brought the body home in December. Almost 200 of those women showed up. If I was out of touch, why did they come?
So why do you think it's happening?
Or somebody looking for a way to tell stories. And you cannot please the world. You cannot please everyone. I go back to the moments when we went to get the Nobel Peace Prize. 15 of those women came with me to Oslo. Some of them has benefited from scholarship too, who used to be on the airfield with us, finished their graduate and diploma thing in the US. But the point that I make is no one from that group can stand before you and say, I've gone to Leymah's office and I've seen her face to face, or I have called her on the telephone, or we've had a project that we reached out to her that she did not support us.
Okay. I'm going to tell you more of the criticism. I think it will help you to respond to some of them, which is very important. That's my work, you know. And there is also a widely held perception that you sound more political, and there is an indication that you have interest in running for the highest office, and you're trying to have negotiation with other people to form a team to run for president.
Negotiation with who, Mamadee? Where God has brought me?
Yeah, asking question.
No, asking. I'll be asking you too.
No, we can do that now.
I will do it. With whom? The point that I want to make, I just sat here and told you what I am doing. I love.
Yeah.
I mean, my joy is walking into my office in Monrovia and seeing those young girls who would just be like, madam, and we laugh and joke. And sometimes when they even go in chatting, I'm sitting there recording them and telling them, oh, I will report you out to PISO. Then they say, Madam Naka with her K2 reporting. I just love the fact that they keep me humble, they keep me real, and they keep me always thinking, how can we do it better in this country? I do not intend to run for Jack in 2017. I never signed back.
Okay.
You say.
Beyond 2017.
Well, it's up to me. I'm a Liberian, but Mamadee, come Monday, February 1st, I'm going to be 44 and I'm still fabulous. Why do I want to make myself old in the politics of Liberia? People who are not bent on a lot, no, don't make me talk the no. But the point that I'm making is, I still have very young children. I still want to see young girls go to school and some young boys.
That's your passion.
I still want to do my community work. I still love going into different places and doing what I do.
Right.
Every year for the last 3 years, I go to different communities in Mexico to help their governments to do something around domestic violence. I love the fact that when I go there, I go to this other place, we do this community work. So when do I do all of this? If I want to be involved in the politics of Liberia.
No, you're doing it for Liberia now, some people will say.
No, but I'm doing what I'm doing for Liberia. If one of those girls finishes high school, go to college, get a master's and decide to go into politics and become the president of this country and decide to write a book, there is no way that Leymah Gbowee will not be mentioned in that book.
Okay.
So I'm not interested. I don't know how else to say it. If I could speak Mandingo, since I am trying I'm going to talk
it. I will understand it better that way, but
no, but because it's difficult when people continue to say this thing over and over.
It's not necessarily that you have the opportunity to respond to that.
If the politicians are afraid of Leymah, I can't apologize.
You think they are?
If not, why would they be spreading a rumor that is unfounded?
What do you think about politics in Liberia? You think it's a dirty, dangerous game that you don't want to go into?
No, when the time comes, I will get into it when that time comes. And there's nothing to be afraid of. You know? But
so I see you coming back a little bit to come into it. First of all, you're dismissive. I'm not going to it.
No,
Mamadee,
I did not say I'm not going to it. I said
for 2017.
2017,
okay.
No.
So I can safely say beyond 2017, we expect to see a Leymah on one ballot out of legislative or
something, but not until I'm 60.
Okay, so I understand. So the future stands strong for your political ambition, but for now you're concentrating on your passion.
I'm concentrating on my foundation. Making sure that all those many children that God has blessed me with are educated, that I'm just focusing on giving back to the world what God has given to me. That's the most important thing to me.
And nobody can question that. You're very strong with that passion to see you do better in the things you appreciate and you enjoy, which is the foundation. Now you have a global mandate, which is a manifestation of the good things you do around the world. To be at that level, named by the Secretary General of the United Nations, it speaks a volume. We are proud of you as a country, that you are among those great names and stars. What is your appreciation of that job? What's your understanding of it? What's the mandate of that responsibility?
Well, we're still learning our mandate. As I go back to New York, I'm expected to go to headquarters and be briefed because I just got the email that we will constantly be briefed about what is expected, but primarily is trying to sell the sustainable development goal, not just to countries but to communities and to civil society. That is imperative for all of us to join hands in ensuring that those 17 goals are met by 2030. So, like for example, on the whole issue of zero hunger, how can we push for more agricultural program in different countries and different things? Those are basically the things that we need to be doing on the whole issue of education and equality in education. That's something I'm passionate about. How do we continue to put it out there that it's not just important to push for children in school. I'm not for quantity. I'm for quality.
Good.
Because if you look at some of the reports since I came home that we've gotten, if you go to some communities, I'm told in Bapolu, some of the students go to school 3 times a week, and the teachers have to go and turn around to do other things. Another problem we've seen in Liberia is the pay system within the educational sector. People who will be leaving from the villages to come to the main towns to get their pay. Primarily, some of them have to leave like 2 weeks before, 1 week before. So if we have to look at quality education, how do we talk about mobile pay system? The classroom setting in most of our schools, let's bring it home to Liberia. Overcrowded. No, you don't have the resources that will make the children interested in learning. All of those different things we need to look at when you talk about those things. So it's primarily, for me as a grassroots activist, selling the SDGs in a way that is practical to people, and they can understand that we need to be involved in the implementation of these goals, because it has to do with the way we live and the future of the world.
And I think you should also encourage them to learn from the mistake of the previous goal set for 2015. You know, that goal was really imported. You know, it was not local. Somebody came from somewhere and said, Africa, do this. You as an African be on that committee with John Dramani Mahama of Ghana, the Prime Minister of Norway, Shakira, footballer Messi. So I just hope and pray that you'll be bringing more to it. And I just want to close on that point. What would be some of the things you'll be suggesting to the committee?
Well, I think you just put the nail on the head that let the goals be localized, let it be practical, and let's not try to compare countries.
Good.
And in July, there's going to be a meeting, and there are 14 countries that have agreed to now go and present, you know, how they're going to do this, or how they have been doing it in the last 1 year. So I think if people nationally, so the thing is national ownership of the Sustainable Development Goal, national program, national ownership, national awareness, not taking it, like looking at what Norway has done and trying to compare it. Because if you look at education in Norway or the hunger track in Norway, all of the different things is too far away from Liberia. It's totally different. So it's about, and then no one should get to the place where they begin to see the SDGs as a government only thing. It's civil society, it's government, it's everyone. Because when you talk about zero hunger or poverty, education, clean water, peace and security, it's everyone's problem. But if we take it from the top level and let it be seen as a big thing that only the big people are supposed to talk about, then it becomes a problem.
That would not be fair. Now, let me bring some of the things you also heard.
I think Mamadee, today there's also gossip on the show. Yeah,
gossip is. Do I have you now? You got to answer some of the questions. This little boy, Keita.
Yes, sir.
You knew him before the event?
Mamadee.
Tell me a little bit about your because some people say you trying to use the little boy being political. We heard that, and then in fact the speech he gave at that program seemed a little bit too harsh. So tell me your relationship with him and what was your role?
The first thing I want to say to you, Mamadee, sometimes when I look at where I find myself as a Liberian and having won the Nobel Peace Prize, I tell myself it's a damn if I do, damn if I don't. That is the foundation that I want to lay. So a few months back, I got a letter that possibly a Liberian child will win the Children's Peace Prize. And if I could come to present the prize. And when I checked my dates with my assistants, that was when I was supposed to be in Peru teaching. So I had a commitment with the university, Cesar Villaggio, there, that I was going to be in Peru for like 7 days. So I was doing one class in Lima, going off doing another class, several classes, and then they were putting and giving me an honorary doctorate degree. So, and then the city was also honoring me. I said I couldn't make it. And then they came back and said, oh, the committee had given this boy the prize. So they sent me all of the documents on him. Then I see Ibrahim Keita. I don't know Ibrahim. I don't know his work. So I called my people in Monrovia and say, your research they bought for me. Oh, they just kind of didn't do a thorough work. And just say, yeah, madam. So my flight to Peru, I had 1 day that I should have rested in Peru to get used to the time before teaching. The Archbishop Desmond Tutu is on the board of the Kids Rights International Children Peace Prize. Sends an email and said the people say they're finding it very difficult convincing you to come to The Hague. So I write back to say, Ash, honestly, I'm tired. He said, but Leymah, this particular thing always is the people from the region who present the prize. And this boy is from your country. I said, it's a difficult thing. I don't know how I will shift because I'm already committed to Peru. My assistant said, maybe there's a way. The day you're supposed to rest in Peru, you can't rest, go present the prize. I flew from New York to The Hague. Okay, so from New York to Peru is like 5, 6, 7 hours. I fly 7 hours to The Hague, get there 6 in the morning, go to my hotel, rest, get dressed, and come to the palace in The Hague to rehearse and sit down until the program starts. As I walk in, they're telling me how to do the protocol, this, that, and the other. I see the Liberian man in country gone. So in my mind, this is one of our people. And then he walks up to me, Madam Gbowee, I'm Vadala Patrick's. So I said, oh, you the Vadala in my entire life.
First time seeing him.
That was my first time seeing Vadala Patrick's. And he said, yes, I nominated him. He's one of my mentee. What? Congratulations. Then Abraham walks out and I shake his hands and congratulates him. And then I see his mother and his uncle. Afterwards, Fatou Bensouda, the chief prosecutor from The Hague, comes, and I'm engrossed with Fatou because we never finish. We got too much work that every time she like, I need you. So we're trying to compare dates I do not talk to these people again. In the rehearsal, they read parts of his speech, and I'm not paying attention. So I get up to present the prize. I'm honored to be doing it. I was sincerely happy. But I'll tell you on the backside, when I went back in the green room, I picked the phone and called my husband and said, guess who here? He said, who? I said, Vadala Patrick. He said, damn, you in trouble. Anything that come from over there, Leymah, they will say that you.
Why you call him?
My husband? Because we don't share information. You don't share information on your wife. As you stump your toe, you will call your wife.
No, because when you heard the name Vandala, something came to your mind. That's why you call your husband?
Of course.
Okay. What did he do in the past you want to bring to your attention?
No, but because he has been one of those in the news, very critical of the government.
I understand.
And people always find it to putting people in teams.
Okay.
So, I present Abraham his prize. He reads his speech. At the end of the program, we walk back in, we do photo shoot. Then I have to leave because I got to get on a flight to Peru. Imagine that sacrifice.
Yeah.
But the people ask me, can you talk to him, the Kids Rights International? Can you also be one of his mentors? Leaving, I say I ain't it, and ask them, you're leaving my hotel? They say no, we did not even stay in the same hotel. I put my hand in my purse, took small, very small amount of money, not even significant for me to call, and put it in your hand and say, buy a soft drink here, baby, congratulations, but come. And I whispered to him, stay away from Liberian politics.
You told him that?
And walk out. There was one of the women from Kids Rights sitting there. When he came to Liberia and gave his speech, when I read it on front page, I said, I died 2 times. That was my initial reaction. I am dead.
Why?
Because some of the assertions he was making,
they will link
it to me. Few weeks later, my office sent me an article in the Analyst newspaper where I was named a political mercenary. Mothers in the nation have to come to save Keita from me. Since The Hague, I have not seen Keita.
And since you returned, you've not talked to him?
No.
Okay. So obviously you have no relationship with him.
There was absolutely none. And as patriotic as I am as a Liberian, I went to that program because Desmond Tutu pushed me.
Okay.
Because I was like, my schedule is set. Mamadee, if you call me now and say, Leymah, I need you May 28 this year, you can't get me. I need you October 17 and 16. These are just some of the dates I remember. I'm in Barcelona. I need you November so and so in Chicago. My year is already filled going into 2017. So sometimes I have to be maneuvering to do things for Liberian community here or for little groups here. You know, so I had no relationship with Keita. Some of the rumors that I heard was that people...
Is it your second with somebody goes?
No, but you're talking
but it's necessary to clarify them.
That I wrote his speech.
We heard that.
Why?
Okay.
And then people can...
In fact, the picture you painted now about your time, it was very, very impossible for you to find time to write speech and other things. You know.
But do you now understand when I laid the foundation
No,
of
that was fair.
having a damn if you do life, damn if you don't? Because if I had said no, the very individuals would have gone to say Leymah Gbowee was asked.
Okay.
And she's her own national, and she said no.
Okay.
Forgetting that I also have a life outside of everything that people require of me. I go
So
in.
do you regret going there?
No, I don't.
Not at all.
I was happy for the little boy. I'm still happy for him. I hope and pray that he will, and I sincerely hope and pray that he will continue the work that he was recognized for, and not fall prey to either someone using him pro or anti.
Why did you advise him not to get involved with politics?
I had a hunch. I'm a mother of 7 children, Mamadee.
You know the danger of politics.
No, I know what young people can do when they go over their heads. And I know how this country can put you on a pinnacle and then lead you to fall down. So I knew that somebody might just want to whisper to him.
Okay. You think that person could be Vandala?
No, I can't say.
Okay.
But the point that I make to you is, Mamadee, even me as old as I am, you know how many times I have to resist being drawn into things that I have no business in?
Okay.
You know, and you know also that you have to resist being drawn into things, because this is the country that we live in. And I was sincerely, so I don't regret going to The Hague. I'm still happy for Abraham, and I still hope and pray that he will decide or do what he was recognized to do and continue to do.
Okay. Madam Gbowee, 2017 this year, what's your strongest piece of advice to Liberia?
You know, sometimes I won't be straight, Mamadee.
Yeah.
Please,
And
please
don't,
Liberian people, you don't put nobody in a house who renting one room now.
What does that mean? So ownership of property should be a reason to vote somebody?
That one. Because they're looking to pay no house.
I don't see that one as the strong reason.
That one, I'm telling you that one.
Yeah.
And it's
so nobody in one room should not be president?
No!
What if the person get all of the other requirement, competence, good record?
What good? What did we not see? What we see, Mamadee? What haven't we seen in this country?
So don't put one room person at the presidency.
Wait, don't rush. I got a whole list.
Okay, go ahead with the list.
You've seen people who are vested in communities. There are some people who live in the community who are sincerely concerned about the growth and development of the community. They're concerned about the young people that are involved. Even the way they interact. Coming out of their big fans and speaking to people, doing this, doing that, doing the other. You know that this is somebody who will probably care.
Okay. Because you get vested interest.
You got vested interest in the community.
That's fair.
Somebody who ain't got nothing to show in a community, you put them there. At the end of the day, what they will do? How many of them haven't we seen?
What's about who accumulated wealth by being around power?
Don't vote them.
Okay, but they get houses now.
No. Why you running in from me, Mamadee?
Okay, let me come here.
Slow down.
All right. I'll pause more.
And you also, we're looking at integrity.
Which is the strongest one for me?
That is the strongest point also for me.
Yeah.
Somebody who has not gotten so stinking rich off of the sweat of the Liberian people. And you know that they were worth $5,000 something in a few months. They worth $1 million+ and have $1 million+ billion. Do not vote them in office.
Okay.
Because they're coming there to steal.
Because what they used to.
The ones then that are in office now that are looking for re-elections. How many clinics have they filled with drugs? How many schools have they bought benches for? How many community initiatives have they taken? And if you can track all of those things, you can vote them back in office. If not, get them one back kick, let them go back to the villages they came from.
Okay.
But I think it's time for Liberians to move beyond the politics of stomach infrastructure.
Better driven.
Yes, the Nigerian people call it stomach infrastructure. We need to move away from that. It's time for us to be looking for people who understand the essence of education.
Good.
Who are interested in the well-being of Liberian children, who will visit the hospitals in this country and be really thinking about how can we improve the healthcare system beyond government budgetary allocation. Most of the people can travel. How much will it take to go and get in contact? Now everybody going to India. So go find one hospital and say, can you come and have a sister relationship with this clinic in my village? I'm a senator, I'm a representative.
Good idea.
How can we do that? But no, we need to look at those people. The other thing there, you know about their private life and they're chasing a post small dollar there, small
Don't vote for them.
Don't vote for them because of the essence of the stealing.
Okay.
If you get 100, you got to stretch your money. Instead of money you reaching, then you got to steal to make it rich.
Wonderful. Never tiring talking to Leymah Gbowee.
You got plenty of sound bites, so, and I dare you, I will sue you for using my voice over and over.
We'll pay for it. Okay, let's hear what the people think about the thing you said. We have to go above board a little bit on our regular time by 50 minutes. Thank you very much, Leymah, for sitting with us. This is the Prime Morning Drive. 077050150 is the number to call. Let me take my first call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mamadee. My name is Nobel.
Go ahead,
and I call you from Jakarta, as usual. I can't agree more with Madam Leymah Gbowee, more especially what she stated about this Abraham Keita situation. I believe in her so much. I don't think that woman with such an impeccable character will go that route. You know, people just lie on people in this country, Mamadee, and will stop these kind of things. Those are what are involving to it. I mean, why would Madam Gbowee benefit if she were to really advise a little Abraham Keita to damage his career, and when she even proud of him, and you see how she even sacrificed her time. But let me just conclude on this. Madam Gbowee, as it relates to your ambition that you spoke about for the future, we are watching for you. I think for me, if you were to throw your hand in the race, I know that for supporting female Canada, supporting President Sali, and I think you could be my next President Sali. Well, let God bless you. We're waiting for that time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. 0770501501 is the number to call. And this is the Prime Morning Drive. We are pleased to have with us Valai Dolan since they say, Mamadee, you won't believe it when Madam Gbowee lectured us on the African Renaissance at Gimpa in 2015. Many of the participants from other African countries were begging to take photos with her, and many of whom are currently using these photos as their profile pictures. Thanks the power of education, an educated Liberian woman. I'm a witness, Valai Dolan. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mamadee.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Emmanuel Mchie, and I'm calling you from Mama Point.
Go ahead, Chia.
Yes, I'd like to thank you very much for affording our Nobel Laureate, Madam Leymah Gbowee, the opportunity to explain some of these issues that have been going on in the press. This is somebody that I follow closely, and she has a very high degree of integrity. This is somebody who...
Go ahead. Oh, so sorry. You went off. Good morning.
Good morning, Mamadee.
Yeah, good morning. I just read your text. You want to stay comment on that?
Yeah, you're right. I'm Valai Dolan. Madam Gbowee, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Dolly.
Yeah, thank you so much. I get a Liberian delegate when we said in Accra, when we met you at the Gimpa during the study lecture of Liberian students. Frankly, I must just admit that you've done well for us, specifically some Liberians that you are supporting. I know that the other Liberian students are supporting all South Liberia at university there. And I think that if we have all Liberians that will do kind of a thing, we can move to a new direction. And thanks for the clarity, because many have argued about, your involvement with Keita and Patrick Vandana. So thank for the clarity. We hope that this initiative and this discussion will continue, to provide some of the clarity and more like on the web. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Gbowee.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Yasani Salah, and I come from Kakata. Thank you very much for the session you made. I can say 60% or 70% are up to reality, especially with the issue you stress with respect to Christians and Muslims. From the foundation of the world, I have not seen in my Bible, neither have I seen in the Quran, that God said, these people I made are Muslims and the others are Christians. It is because of political greed. It is because of power, struggle for power. This is why people are always finding themselves to say we are Christians because they need support from the Christian background. They also say we are Muslim. This is why they need support from the Muslim background. Your message in India also gives all of us hope here in Liberia that they want to use the Christian and Muslim trend to divide it.
Hello? Sorry, it's a Jeremy line. Everybody want to participate in the line at 0770505150. We're going to do one at a time now. I'll keep on freezing. I'm seeing the and Jeremy through. Okay, I can give you an alternative number. They can use my circle number 0777531848. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Augustine Hunter, a prime member of the Democratic Party.
Go ahead, Augustine.
Yes, I want to say thanks to Gbowee. Let me comment on our last statement that we should not vote those that stole our country money, and we should not vote.
Exactly what I was saying. 0775381848 is an alternative number. The landline is given problem because it's jamming. Everybody is calling. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You are live on the landline. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Yes, congratulations to Ms. Bowie. My name is Alpha Browner from Painesville, and I enjoy listening to her. I can listen to her all day. I have special interest in the girls' school because I want to open something similar for vocational training. But I will try and contact her office to see if I can liaise with them on the curriculum, because I think a combination of general education and vocational education is the way forward for Liberian education. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Ms. Bowie.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mamadee.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning to Madam Gbowee. Yeah, normally, first of all, I would like to congratulate Madam for you to tell us in the national team. I'm one of the admirers of Madam. One of the people, or one of the things I very admire about her is her natural name.
Her what?
With all where she has gone, in her achievement whatsoever, she has not changed her name yet. I just feel that that's so great of her.
Yeah, she was born Leymah Gbowee.
Encourage her and encourage her other sisters to make their original names. I think it's good. Not only sister, both brothers and sisters in Liberia to make their name. That's my contribution.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to Madam. I got problem with Madam Bowie because she's one of the.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she's one of the face of having won the Nobel Peace Laureate. But right now, yeah, we see that she most of the time she goes out of the country and makes comments that not in the interest of Liberia. There's
You want to get some of the comments?
Yeah, she made blackmailing comments. Like in Ghana, she
what kind of comment?
Blackmailing comments. She blackmailed.
I mean, you know what they call blackmail?
See that?
You know what they call blackmail?
When you speak about issues, you should be objective.
No. Let's look at the word blackmail now. You can't do that. That is not fair, man. You can't do that. Blackmail that crime. Blackmail that wrong thing. Blackmail is to fool somebody to get something out of the person. You gotta be very choosy about the words.
Blackmail is saying something about somebody that is not true. It's not blackmail.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
She said something about she said things about the country, about the government that are not true. That's blackmailing. I'm saying you should stop this kind of things. Thank you.
Okay, we have to give everybody the opportunity to talk. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is James Colley, and I call from Monrovia.
Go ahead, Mr. Colley.
Let me say good morning to Madam Bowie, and I thank God for you. You are truly like a woman. I don't know how to say it, but I'm just happy for you that you made us proud everywhere you go. So I just want to say thank you so very much. And I want to be here. I'm waiting for you. Okay? And quickly, let me say, you talk about voting people. And let me just bring this one to attention, right? You know that almost all of our lawmakers, they have not turned to business people.
Oh.
Everybody out of
because you're running some kind of hotel or something like that. So when can we give you money to go make business? You want to make business, go find money, then play.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mamadee.
You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning to Madam Gbowee. My name is Sekou Madagba Pedete. I join you from Jacobtown. This morning, Madam Gbowee, you make my day. Really, you spoke like Norway Peace Prize winner, and we really looking at you, as you said, and as relates to our leader, selecting our leader, I think we need to go beyond ballot-driven fences, and we should look at our country and take our country first before we put anybody there. Thank you very much. You make my day.
All right, gentlemen, we can continue going. All the phones are ringing, so let's just stop it this far. Thank you very much for your participation. Please stop the call and let's give her the opportunity to respond to some of the comments. Go ahead, madam.
Well, Mamadee, one of the things that I would honestly like to probably leave Liberians with, when it comes to the whole issue of the Christian-Muslim thing, I think I was very strong, but Desmond Tutu also did a book that he said God is not Christian. And I think anyone who wants to challenge what I said should go and read that book. Okay. Because this is a man of God who is telling you God is not Christian. And God is God. And we all have our different faiths.
You're giving different name now.
Yes, and we have to live it out the way we want to live it. But as it relates to politics in Liberia and all of the things that have been happening, whether you're on a Leymah Gbowee side or you're on this other person's side or that person's side, the one thing that we need to consider, even to the journalists, because I know that we're seeing a multiplicity of radio stations now that 2017 is coming. As we put words and messages out there, let's remember one thing, that this is the only Liberia that we have.
Yeah.
As we go to 2017, regardless of who your candidate is, whoever is victorious or whoever goes ahead at the end of the day must hold this one quote, and I hope that you will use that all of the time. Let there be, after 2016, victory without losers.
Everybody should win.
According to Bishop Sangolani of Mozambique, let us have victory without losers, because it's only in that way that we can move Liberia from where it is to where it ought to be. Thank you for having me. It's been a good time. Thank you, Mamadee.
Wonderful. Thank you, Leymah Gbowee. I appreciate your time as always. Thank you for being with us. This is how we go on to this presentation of the Prime Morning Drive. I have been Mamadee. We'll see you tomorrow morning, inshallah.